opposition, the Congress particularly, have been, literally mounting pressure on the government, asking why a quick report on the clashes was not presented on the day it happened. Why has it taken 3 days for these reports to surface? Ninong Ering, Congress MLA, right from that same region, Arunachal, Pasighat West. Ninong, thank you very much for speaking to India Today, and I know you understand very well the nitty-gritties of the border area along the Arunachal region. The clashes that have taken place between India and China, is that a matter of concern for people in that area?
Yes, it's a real concern for all of us, because China has already claimed that Arunachal Pradesh is a part of South Tibet. But our Honorable Chief Minister Sri Pema Khandu is arguing that no, we have no borders with China. We border only Tibet. Now you will see that I am sitting in such a place. This is Adipasi. This is in Upper Siang. We get Gailing in the border, and then if we take an aerial distance, just about 20 kilometers above towards those hills, you'll see those hills there. Yeah. We are just about 20 kilometers away from the Chinese border. We have these issues throughout let it be in Chaglaham, let it be in Kibito, let it be in Gailing, let it be in Bumlao, let it be in Upper Subansiri. We are always having this issue. Before we did not have these issues. Now China is, I think they have their own problems, but just to, divert those problems, they now do these kinds of nuisance activities. I'll call it nuisance activities, because like our army expert was saying, that the case of Sungdung Su was completely ours.
Right.
When a fine morning, when our shepherds and these Brokpas went back to Sungdung Su, they suddenly found these Chinese army guys here. Now also, because of this cold, intense cold, and because of this snow, the army have to withdraw a bit. They come down to Tawang, or they go down to Rupa. So that is just an exercise. Now, but it is our land, and especially if you go through the McMahon line, we are at the defensive side. And China is always claiming that no, Arunachal is part of China. So I'm very sorry that this kind of attitude, that mindset should be changed. Our defense minister, I know him personally because I was with him in Parliament 2 times. Our external affairs minister is quite, very eloquent. He's really doing a good job. But what we want, that we want some specific, concrete, decision. What they are thinking of Arunachal Pradesh. Are we always to suffer? Now, when I want to go to China, I'm not given a visa. Why? Because they said that Arunachal is a disputed area. Now, we have a minister there. We have Mr. Kiren Rijiju, our law and justice minister. And then you say that we are disputed. How can that be? We cannot accept it. And this issue in Tawang, it is very unfortunate. But of course, I spoke to the DC, and DC said that they had a flying meeting, and the Chinese have resolved that, okay, we will not, the peace and tranquility should be maintained. So that is my take.
All right, so that's basically status quo, but how long will this be a point of worry and bother for the people in your region? Gaurav Sawant is joining us. Ninong, I'd like to toss it to Gaurav Sawant. He's our war reporter. He's been closely tracking the friction points between China and India. Gaurav, over to you. Clearly, Ninong understands the tensions there like no other. He comes from that region and really seeing the suffering along there. Do take a question with him as you're approaching that area.
So, yeah, absolutely. Ninong is a very well-respected member of parliament and a senior leader of the Congress party from there. But Ninong, I want to understand from you, what in your view is the way forward? Because these Chinese transgressions have been taking place for decades. And if we were to talk about Yangtse in particular, from 2006 onwards, there have been multiple transgressions from the Chinese side, each time pushed back. Sometimes, of course, there is a flag, a banner drill. Sometimes it leads to skirmishes. What's the way forward in your view? Whether there's a Congress government or a BJP government, what should India's view be?
I will not say, I will differ on you, because I will not say it's a BJP government or a Congress government. A government as a government of India must have, the people of Arunachal Pradesh must have confidence. Now, I was just speaking to some of the villagers here, and they said, no, we love our country. we were very much, we are Indians, we don't want China. And we have already opposed them even in the 1962 war. Our people were there, they were very confident. And
True.
even in this day also, if there is any such touch wood that there should not be such any incident, but if there is also, we are going to give them eat ka badale patthar se hum zarur denge. So what I want to say is that what is the way forward? First of all, we are not even, the China tells us that you are our people, you have to come on staple visa. So this itself, our external affairs minister and our defense minister, our home minister will have to intervene, because of course, because Honorable Prime Minister, when he has his talks with Jinping and all, he should mention these things.
Okay. As of now, what are you learning of the situation on ground? How tense is the situation?
I'll tell you, on the ground.
Is Yangtse the only friction point, or are there other friction points along Arunachal Pradesh?
There are. You will see in Anjao district, in Chaklaham, you'll always find these incursions. You will find them in Upper Subansiri, where, last time even some children were kidnapped. Now, what I'm saying is that they have built up infrastructure so strong. In fact, now in the recent visit to the Xinjiang province of China, where they are constructing a about a 60,000 megawatt dam. So here we have to take precautionary measures. How are we going to fight in the international level? We don't have an international treaty here. We don't have on the claim on the rivers. Brahmaputra is there. China has already built in the Zangmu region. They've already constructed 4 dams. Now they are going to have a very big dam here. So all these are a threat to us. Our people are afraid that why are we keeping silent? So we would like the government to intervene and tell that, see, we have to have the status quo. We have to maintain it. We are agreeing to the McMahon line. China does not accept the McMahon line. This was even in the when we had this Panchsheel agreement also.
You're absolutely right, and that's the reason for these skirmishes. China continuing to attempt to push the envelope, but China continues to be pushed back like they have been